Good morning, my fellow twin flame females. My name is Kristen. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. This message is for all signs. This is for twin flame females who are currently in separation from their twin flame males. Oh, those runners that are giving us nothing but heartache and trouble right now. The focus of this reading is to really focus on what we should be doing while we wait for those males to become enlightened, to do the work that they need to do, and to really fully become aware and accepting of the relationships that we are in. There will be no karmic bashing on this channel. Chances are your twin flame masculine is in a karmic situation. And if I do talk about karmics, I'm going to be focusing on us because let's be honest, most of us are probably dealing with a karmic situation or two that we need to clear and or heal from to fully let go of before we move forward on this journey. So without further ado, I am going to let you know that this is a collective reading. So not everything that is said will resonate for all of you, which is fine. Please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. So to begin with, I pulled messages. What would your divine masculine like you to know? And I was going for one and two jumped out. And I really think the second card is the bonus card. And I was really excited when it came up because, don't forget, I'm in separation also. So when I'm reading, some of this is going to be applying to me. So the first card that I pulled that came out first, and then the second one jumped right out after it was, I feel safer in the silence, which makes sense. The second card that I pulled out was, we will be together soon. So for those of you who are in separation, I think what this entire situation, what the collective is going through, is really an opportunity for us to practice patience and to practice breathing. We've got to use this downtime, this time when we are not in partnership with our divine flame, to do the healing and to address the issues that we are carrying forward. Because as everyone knows, twin flames really are our mirrors. And it's interesting because that did come up. And we want to clear as much junk out of our spiritual, emotional, physical, and mental closet as we possibly can. Because when that twin flame comes in and partnership is ignited, really it's going to be like wildfire. It's explosive when it happens. Anything that you haven't dealt with, anything that you have not worked your way through, acknowledged, and healed will be brought to the forefront. And the last thing we want to do when we're dealing with our twin flame, that soul that is literally the other half of ourselves, is to engage in a lower vibrational or toxic energy that may damage the relationship long term. And let's be honest, it's worth it to do the work now versus having to do it while we're trying to establish a solid, secure, healthy, non-toxic partnership with our twin flame. So when the twin flame masculine is talking about feeling safer in the silence, the masculine needs this time to recalibrate. The masculine needs this time to do his own work. And keeping in mind there's free will all over this. There's nothing that we can do to force this process along. You have two souls who are divided, that are working along their journey. Feminines tend to be more enlightened, more engaged, and more aware of the connection than the masculine. Okay, so we've got to give them time and space, give them room to do the work that they need to do. And it's interesting because I pulled cards on where is the divine masculine right now? And the three cards that came up, just in case we want to peek over their fence and find out what's going on with them, we are obviously in separation. I found it very, very interesting that this card came up. And please understand that although they are dealing with family issues, and this obviously, for me at least, really does mean another partnership, a third party, quote unquote, their karmic partner, children are involved. So money, structure, security issues around their family of origin, perhaps, or the family they created before they met you. They're not happy. They're not happy. And what I find really interesting is you look at the nostalgia card, and especially the imagery on the nostalgia card with the heart, the bright, shiny jewel. It's sparkling, it's whole, it's complete, it's full, it's heavy with love. They are hanging on to their memories of you and the connection and what they felt with you. And if you look at the pairing, on one side is their yearning for what they had, and on the other side, it's their sense of duty and what they feel responsible for, and it is literally tearing them up. So please understand, irrespective of what words your divine masculine may have said to you before you separated, they're feeling the discomfort, they're feeling the pain, and they are longing for you, okay? I then asked, what do we as divine feminines need to work on? So the rest of the reading really is about us. So where are we in this process? And I got the Dark Night of the Soul, Received, and Tribe. And what this really tells me, and just I said it at the beginning of the video, this is the time for us to work through all of those parts of ourselves that we may not love with, all of our fears, our insecurities, our sense of our abandonment. One of my good friends called it, the psychic and emotional bruising. We've got to do our healing, okay? So when you think about how this separation is affecting you, what are the deep, dark things that it is triggering in you? Whatever it is triggering, that's what you need to work on. Okay, and remember, it's always darkest right before the dawn. So do the work that you need to do. And what I love about this card, especially as it comes up next to Tribe, this is a hand reaching out through the unknown, open, receiving, ask for help, lean on your friends. Have them help you process and work through those parts of yourselves that you are not entirely in love with. Use them as sounding boards. Lean into them. And also, work with your spirit guides. Work with your beloved ones on the other side. Pray. And prayer really is just addressing our soul. It's communication with our souls and the souls that we are connected to on the other side. Ask them for help and guidance, and then pay attention to the signs that you receive. Because I will guarantee most of you, if you are honest and aware, if you're paying attention, you are receiving signs probably on a daily basis, reassuring you that your twin flame truly is your twin flame, and that they are doing their work and getting ready for you, even if their pace is completely different than yours, okay? So work on yourself, ask for your signs, and understand that this is not an easy process for your divine masculine. Now, I did ask, if we do the work that we as twin flames, the feminines, are supposed to do, what happens? What is the outcome? What is the reward for our twin flames? The reward is balance. Try to get that into, there we go. Balance happening in the spring. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a process, and it doesn't mean that union will take this long, because we're just coming out of spring and going into the summer for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere. But this is a healthier, happier version. And look what happens. We have the yin-yang symbol, and we also have the mirroring. So for this, when I see this, I should say, this really looks as though partnership happens within a year. Okay, now I don't have a crystal ball. And I said before, there is free will all over this. And if those divine masculines tend to drag their feet, or if they resist, it may take a little longer. But spring is also a time of rebirth and renewal, new growth, releasing that which does not work anymore. So this is a sense of completion for you yourself, which really should be our number one goal. Partnership with the divine masculine should be number two. Being the highest, healthiest, most complete version of yourself should really be goal number one. And this tells me, do the work that you need to do. Get through that dark night of the soul. Ask for help. Lean into your tribe. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who love and support you. Do the work necessary. and you become literally rebirth into a better version of yourself who is ready for the intensity and complexity of your twin flame connection. Now, tarot-wise, I did ask again, so what is it that we need to do? And the focus is on 10, the Wheel of Fortune, destined opportunities. Okay, this is all about divine timing. We can't rush this process. So use your time wisely. We can sit around and hope and dream and wish and curse the divine masculine's karmic partner, and that doesn't serve us. That isn't in our highest and best interest. This is about destined opportunities. Use the time out that the universe has given you to do the work that you need to do to level yourself up. Because remember, law of attraction, like attracts like. If you are not operating on your highest vibrational energy, you're going to attract in a divine masculine whose energy matches yours. And if you're a hot mess, he's going to be a hot mess. So it's worth it to do the work that you need to do. And understand that on the 5D, on the metaphysical, the spiritual realm, the two of you are connecting and you are sharing energy and you are communicating on that realm. Be the leader. If you feel as though perhaps he's slacking or not doing the work, lead the way. Okay, do the work that you need to do. Send it out into the universe that you are preparing yourself for this union, and that will announce to him that it's time for him to get his tush into gear and follow. 5 of Pentacles, isolated and alone. This is one of those dark night of the souls, one of those shadow moments that you really have to be careful of. Don't get lost in this energy, okay? It's very, very easy to feel abandoned and to feel as though you're not good enough. And why haven't they chosen me? And why are they not here yet? And why do I always get the short end of the stick? That's your focus, and that's something that needs to be healed on. Because this isn't about being isolated and alone. That's your perception of it. This is about, and if you look at this wolf and how intensely they are looking off into the distance, focus on your goal and start working. Because at this point, if your divine masculine were to step in, they would slow the process down. And remember, you want the highest and best version of the divine masculine. And in order to do that, you need to be at the highest and best version of yourself. This is a long game scenario. This may not be fast and furious. When they do enter, it'll be explosive and it'll be fast and furious. But you've got to be rested, you've got to be healthy, and you've got to be ready to go. Okay, so focus on your long game. The 5 of Pentacles. This is about getting ready to level up and to move forward. All right, so when you start feeling that lower vibrational energy coming in, really challenge it and push forward. Change your focus and think, long game, I've got to be ready. Do the work that needs to happen, basically. And having said that, the last card that I pulled for you was the 4 of Swords, which is healing and recovery. It's also rest. And it's really interesting how I have 4 different decks here, and all 4 really talk about the same thing. In order to be ready for this amazing event, this amazing partnership to come into being, do the work that you need to do. Do the work that you need to do. It's like any great event, or like planning a wedding. If you don't put the prep work in, the wedding itself will be an absolute disaster. Okay? No one likes doing the prep work. Well, perhaps some people like doing it. I know I don't. But you've got to do the prep work by yourself with the help of others. Now remember, no one can do this for you. No one can carry you across the finish line. This is all internal work, and it is going to require patience, planning, balance, and diligence. Keep your eye on the long game. At the end of the day, all of the work that you do in the now will have long-term benefits for you, okay? Long-term benefits. And if nothing else, if for some reason that divine masculine decides to dig in and it takes longer than expected to come into union with him, or he decides to postpone it until the next lifetime, you still benefit by becoming a higher, healthier version of yourself. You really, really do. But I keep going back to this card that jumped out, and this is the one that I want to leave you with. We will be together again. This is your long game goal. this is what you're working towards. So tuck in, do the work that you need to do, enlist the help of friends, enlist the help of spirit, guardians on the other side, all of the energies that are around you that really love you and want to help you. And quite frankly, I think you'll knock it out of the park. Okay? So I love you all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll post again soon.